left Australia with many insights that we're going to work on. Right now we're in Africa, unfortunately without Jochen, but I've heard Africa is supposed to be one of the most beautiful countries on this planet. So I'm extremely excited, and our engineers are as well, because there's lots to work on. So we're going to hit the road right now. Potential surprises for a self-driving car would be potholes, big potholes, but also falling rocks from the cliffs that are sitting on the street that you need to swerve around, and very narrow streets we found here in Cape Town as well. So very complicated situations for a self-driving car. Just like in Australia, as soon as you leave the city and drive through more rural areas, there's many signs drawing our attention to the wildlife that is all around us. We've seen signs with penguins, monkeys, springboks, special toads. So we obviously want to pay attention to those, not to run them over and not to endanger other road users and ourselves. So for future self-driving cars, it's important to learn how to recognize them correctly and to have a good strategy on how to react. What we have not seen neither in Germany nor Shanghai or in Sydney is sand actually on the street, where you cannot see the lane markings anymore. So we're learning to expect the unexpected, and anywhere else in the world there could be snow, there could be leaves, there could be anything else obstructing the lanes and the visibility of the road surface. So that's what we want to get better at and to learn how to deal with. Our multi-beam system can detect pedestrians and shine a spotlight onto them, assisting the driver to see them correctly and pay attention to them, but also to inform the pedestrian on the road that the car has actually recognized the pedestrian on the side of the road. Just like damages to the road surface on some coastal areas with a lot of wind that we encountered here, we've seen quite some rocks falling onto the street. There are signs warning us about those situations, but we actually seen those situations as well. And it's very hard for the car to detect. Is it just a small rock that we just drive over, or is it a large rock that we definitely need to avoid? Well, the size obviously is not the problem to detect, but is it actually just falling onto the road? Is it sitting there? Is it rolling off the road? So challenging situations that are actually getting down to the detail of a very seldom but still potentially dangerous situation, and that's something we of course are going to look into in more detail. One thing that surprised me probably the most here in Africa is how much wind there is. Probably that's the season or the time of year we've been here, but the strength and the amount of wind we came across was, to me at least, very unexpected. And we have a very good assistance system in place already, a side wind assist. We have that in our standard production vehicles. But if there's a really strong wind and a larger car that has more surface, of course that's something we need to handle, and so that's a system we have in place already, but we're still going to improve on this system. Africa was so beautiful. I'm really glad I got the opportunity to come here, not only personally but also with this project, especially because there have been so many opportunities to look at. We're going to analyze a tremendous amount of situations that we gathered here. Jochen will be meeting us in the United States, our final stop for the Intelligent World Drive. I've been there many times, but not with this one, so I'm gonna really look forward to that.